While discussing her crumbling family, her struggle with postpartum depression, and her sister's tell-all books, Joy-Anna Duggar broke down in tears during a recent open podcast discussion. After welcoming their first child, 13-month-old Gunnar, into the world, reality personality Joy-Anna, 26, said she began to doubt her own reality. Forsyth is her husband. It all came just crumbling down, she remarked in an Instagram video clip from the Unplanned podcast. During the postpartum period, my family had several challenges, and then these novels were published. Counting the Cost by Jill, published in September 2023, and Becoming Free Indeed by Jinger, issued 4 months before Gunnar was born in January 2023, seemed to be the titles to which Joy-Anna was referring. The siblings' memoirs revealed the truth about their family's scandals, such as the 2021 axing of their sitcom Counting On after Josh's arrest and child molestation charges. I reached a point where I was just like, what do I believe? Joy-Anna said on the podcast. On the other hand, she went into more depth about her thoughts and feelings about the mood condition and her experiences throughout this pregnancy compared to her others. While she did experience the baby blues for 6 months after the 2019 death of her daughter Annabelle, she said that this time it was more intense. Joy-Anna blamed herself for a lot of her problems, including physical tiredness and other issues, since she didn't take good care of herself throughout her pregnancy. According to her, she was in a daze for around 6 months throughout her first pregnancy and had no idea what was going on. We had a loss after Gideon, and I went through the baby blues for around 6 months after giving birth to Annabelle. This time, however, it was far worse. In this case, however, I attribute it in large part to the fact that I did not give my pregnant body the attention it needed. I was so drained. I was always weary. Along with everything else, everything came together. While en route to Colorado with her husband Austin, Duggar critic Joy-Anna calls out his gross decision to wear no shoes. Her words, "Everything crumbled after that," summed up the fallout. I wouldn't wish that on any mother. This is something that many mothers experience. Seeing a counselor once a week was the single most helpful thing for me. Just going over a lot of personal and spiritual issues with family and friends. According to the 19 Kids and Counting actress, Austin suggested that she get professional help for her emotional and psychological problems. Despite her initial reluctance, she ultimately came to the realization that she needed assistance in order to resolve her issues. She credited her counselor for illuminating the origins of her sadness and teaching her effective ways to deal with it. He constantly told me, "Don't simply ask all these questions and not look for solutions." Joy-Anna elaborated, stating, "He truly encouraged me. He was like, if you have these big questions of, is God real or does God care about me? Or the bigger doctrinal questions, you need to be proactive and search those out because I want you to know for yourself." Speaking on her husband's support, she said, "I really appreciate that about Austin because I know not everybody has such a supportive husband, but he never made me feel like, I can't believe you're going through this, and I can't believe you're questioning God." He never stopped being there for me, rooting for my success and helping me realize that I could learn and improve on my own. So, to sum up, the lengthy response to your question is that I believe it much aided me spiritually, removing my trust from several fear-based. That's similar to Jinger, a lot of searching myself, searching things out for myself and knowing that God loves me no matter what I do or what I don't do, and I'm still on a journey. Recently, Gunnar's cold became troubling symptoms that they couldn't manage at home, so Joy-Anna had to hurry him to the hospital. After experiencing minor symptoms such as a cough and runny nose, Gunnar's health deteriorated to the point that he had difficulty breathing. He was sent to the emergency room where he was given steroids, breathing treatments, and oxygen, despite his efforts at home. It took Gunnar 2 nights in the hospital to become well. Joy-Anna was relieved and worried about his breathing problems, which may be related to his family history of asthma. This health worry came after Gunnar had a near-choke episode in June, from which he recovered after receiving emergency medical treatment. Joy-Anna also fearlessly disregarded her father, Jim Bob, as stringent modesty standards, which she had adhered to throughout her childhood, this summer. In addition, despite their financial woes, she and Austin have sold their house. Michelle and Jim, Bob Duggar. How many children do you think they have? Michelle and Jim Bob have a total of 19 children. All 11 of the couple's children, 9 girls and 10 boys, start with the initial J. Everyone from Joshua to Jeremiah, Jill, Jessa, Jinger, Joseph, Josiah, Joy-Anna, Jedidiah, Justin, Jason, Jennifer, Jordan, Grace, and Josie grew up in the Tontitown, Arkansas family home. Despite their reputation as a model of a strong, loving family, the Duggars have had their fair share of difficulties over the years. The family unit has been tested by many challenges, including public controversies and internal strife. Joy-Anna Duggar Forsyth recently revealed, in a very vulnerable moment, how she has battled postpartum depression, the public's opinion of her family as a result of her sister's tell-all books, and the stresses of a troubled family. In a heartbreaking video, Joy-Anna gave her followers an intimate glimpse into the mental health effects of the public spotlight on her family and the personal hardships she has had since becoming a mother. Postpartum depression is a hidden but common reality that Joy-Anna had to face after giving birth to her third child. Many women go through this, and it may be daunting. The difficulties of parenting caught Joy-Anna off guard, despite her portrayal of herself as a strong and tough woman. Joy-Anna was honestly ashamed that she failed to see the signs of postpartum depression while she was reflecting on her experience. A more profound emotional battle developed out of what began as fatigue and mood swings. "I thought it was just the baby blues," she said in the heartbreaking video. However, it wasn't only melancholy or exhaustion. "It felt as if something heavy were bearing down on me. I just couldn't release it." As Joy-Anna recounted her emotions of loneliness and powerlessness, tears streamed down her face. The weight of caring for a baby and her other small children seemed tremendous, even though she had a solid support structure in her husband, Austin Forsyth, and her family. "On certain days, I just didn't have the motivation to get out of bed. It felt like I was failing as a mom," she said, her voice quivering with guilt. It didn't help that the Duggar family was under so much pressure to maintain their perfect image. Being a Duggar daughter meant a lot of pressure for Joy-Anna, and she felt like she had to prove herself worthy. Her mother, Michelle Duggar, had an uncanny knack for juggling her 19 children, and she had seen this for years. She felt even more inadequate when she thought about how she measured up to her mother. But there was a pivotal point when Joy-Anna was vulnerable. By opening out about her struggles with postpartum depression, she was able to get support from other women. Her candidness about her issues with mental health has provided comfort to other women going through similar experiences, and has contributed to the destigmatization of postpartum depression in her community and beyond. The increasing tensions within the Duggar family have had a profound impact on Joy-Anna, compounding her issues with postpartum depression. The once unified family is deeply divided due to the public scandals, particularly those involving her brother Josh Duggar. Joy-Anna described the agony of seeing her family crumbling in front of the world in her emotional collapse.